Hey guys, it's Laura from Starship Media, and I'm here with
Lesli Margherita! Can you see under my hat? I'm incognito today.
Trying to hide. Okay, so let's start off with Dames at Sea, which is your most current production. Do you mind describing a bit about the show and the character you play, since it is still in previews, correct?
Still in previews. We open October 22nd, but we're in our second week of previews. I think we have 4 weeks of previews. Dames at Sea is about a Broadway show that is in rehearsal. It's about to open, and right before they open, they find out that the theater they're supposed to open in is going to be demolished and turned into a roller rink. So what do? They take the show onto a battleship, Dames at Sea, which is also the name of the show within a show, Dames at Sea. I play Mona Kent, the diva star of the production. And Mona kind of goes through a journey through the whole thing. She might not like boats. She may get ill. Maybe this little Ruby girl who comes from Utah and just bugs the crap out of her, maybe she has to take over. I don't know. Hijinks ensue.
You have to go see it. That's why. And then, so you did Matilda for over 2 years.
Yes.
How was the transitioning process from that show to Dames at Sea, despite it being right across the street?
Literally right across the street. It was interesting because I was still doing Matilda as I was rehearsing Dames at Sea. So, I just finished Matilda a few weeks ago, and so I was rehearsing Dames during the day, then running to do Matilda at night. And the transition was actually really easy. Both of the characters that I play are like really heightened women, so it wasn't like I was going from a crazy cartoon character to like a dramatic piece.
Yeah.
So it was a good transition. For me, it was just shifting gears, of doing the tap stuff during the day, and then doing like crazy ballroom stuff at night. So it was more like just my brain, just switching, gears. But no, the transition was actually pretty easy, and I think because I was so busy, I retained more. I just crammed everything that I could.
Okay. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see Dames at Sea yet, but I've heard you're the first thing the audience sees. What's that like?
Yes. I don't think I've
And on the first preview too, what was that?
Guys, I don't think. I was trying to think of this. I've done shows where I open the show, but never by myself. I've been the first thing. Like I did Aida, where you're the first thing that sings, but there's other people on stage. The curtains open and it's just me in a sequin tuxedo, which is like my dream.
Yeah.
But that first preview, I almost barfed. It's frightening because, and I've already made I just sang the wrong lyrics mistake. But it's only me on stage, and if you don't know the lyrics, then they were the right lyrics.
Of course.
But it's frightening. It is scary. Now I'm getting a little more used to it, but it's still, you're just exposed. It's only you. And it literally, that number is just me with some dancing signs, but there's no other people on stage, which is crazy. And amazing at the same time. Just amazing.
And we know the show is very tap happy.
Yes.
Was it difficult for you to learn how to tap? Were you trained in tap? And did that turn you on to the show? Were you hooked when you read the script?
I mean, I grew up tapping.
Okay.
I just tapped all my life, but I hadn't in a while. I tapped in Matilda, and the last show that was even close to it, Zorro in the West End, was flamenco, so it was kind of rhythmic, but I hadn't tapped in a few years, and so when this came up, they said, I had auditioned, and then they said, can you meet with Randy Skinner for an hour just to tap? I said, okay, it's been a minute, so I got out my tap shoes, it was like dust, and then it just came back. It just came back to me. I had such a great foundation. My mom tapped, and my mom still taps, still takes class, and it just kind of came back, but it was, again, like a different muscle, but my left foot was not wanting to come back. It was just it took a couple weeks, but now it's so much fun. And I actually tap in the opening number and then have other kinds of dance throughout the show, but it was really fun to kind of revisit it.
That's good. How are your two most recent characters of Miss Wormwood and Mona Kent similar and different? If you can just think of them.
They are both completely self-absorbed. Both think everyone is beneath them. The difference is I actually think Mona has heart. It's just under some tough layers. Mrs. Wormwood had no heart at all. just none. So I think Mona has redeeming qualities, whereas Mrs. Wormwood didn't. But I think they're both fabulous. They both love clothes. They both love themselves. And I actually love, even though Mrs. Wormwood is mean and Mona is sometimes mean, I love that both of these women have such self-confidence and stand up to anyone who's in their way. And just, I for some reason, like, I got lucky getting these two women that just are like, whatever, don't like me, too bad.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you had one standard costume ultimately in Matilda, right?
Yeah.
It was like the same costume, but in Dames you have numerous. I've heard.
13.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
13.
But of course, you're a girl, so we all love that. And do you enjoy the quick changes and the opportunity to wear these different things, or would you rather just the one costume now?
No, I mean, I loved the Wormwood stuff because I love sparkles and everything,
Yeah.
but when I got to my first costume fitting, I almost cried because they're like, you have 13 costumes. And then it's just like feathers and a boa and sequins and it was all those things that I love. And no, I spent a lot of the show changing. If I'm not on stage, I'm changing backstage. But it makes the show go by so quickly. I love the clothes, and I love the 30s period of it, and I get to wear a lot of pantsuits, so I'm really comfortable. I have a total Miss Piggy robe that is my favorite thing in the world, and no, it's been so fun. I love. It kind of becomes another character.
Yeah.
Because I hear people laugh when I come out in another costume. I hear people laugh just at that because she's always changing. And the show takes place in a day. It's supposed to take place over the course of a day.
Dream, 13 outfit changes
13
in a day.
outfit changes in a day. And so, no, it's hysterical. And I love having all these clothes. And they're gorgeous. David Willard designed them and they're just stunning.
How different is it opening Dames as opposed to opening Matilda? You haven't even opened Dames yet, but just like based on the first preview and all
It's
of
so
that.
different. I mean, there's only 6 of us on stage. Matilda was a massive production where we're doing all the work in this show. You know, there's stunning sets and everything, but mainly there's no giant moving pieces in this. We're kind of the moving pieces. So there's more pressure, I guess, for this. Matilda was kind of like you went on the ride and rode along with it. This is we're driving it.
Yeah.
So there's a little more pressure, but this one's more fun because there's only 6 of us.
Yeah.
And we're really all kind of in it together, and it's just more fun, I think. So yes, pressure, but more fun. I didn't really answer that.
No, but my next question is, what's the best part of being in such a small cast as compared to Matilda and other productions where it's a lot of people, like 20 plus people?
The best part of it is that we're all on stage together all the time. And so that's kind of like, it's kind of like doing a show with your friends, or like we're putting on a show and
Let's go do this.
and you never feel like you're, I mean, even though I am alone on the stage in the opening, I still have my 3 friends that are the dancing signs behind me. You know, it's only us. So it's super fun. It really feels like we're all one character. We're all doing this together. It doesn't feel like it's one person's show or there's a lead. There's 6 leads. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it though. I'm really happy going from huge cast to this little one.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah. Okay, fan question was, you said that you've done some Miss Wormwoody things in your everyday life. Have you done any Miss Mona Kenty things?
Always. I mean, always. I feel like both of these women walk a certain way, and so if I'm trying to like have confidence when I don't, I'll adopt like their kind of walk. You know, it's like Beyonce has like Sasha Fierce, you know, like her like alter ego. I feel like these women are both like my alter ego. So if I'm ever feeling unconfident, I'll try and Mona Kent myself and just stand up straighter. I mean, I'm much nicer than Mona, but I think we share fashion sense. Bigger is better.
Of course, as always, as it should be.
No, I mean, like, I think I'm just nicer, so I would never be mean to anyone just because. But I think we share a love of clothes, so that, yeah.
Okay, this next question is more the funny side.
Okay.
What was it like putting up Edward Cullen for adoption or for sale for a good cause for BCE?
Okay, so my friend that gave me the original Robert was like, you're gonna sell him? You're gonna sell him? It came about because I had my own room, dressing room at Matilda. This theater is so tiny that we couldn't have our own room, and I couldn't do that. I share a room with Mara Dobby. I couldn't bring a life-size Robert Pattinson to the dressing room, my husband was like, that is not going to be in our home. So poor Robert had no place to go. So I said, you know what, I think I should put him up for sale for BCEFA, for the flea market. It was a tough decision because I love Robert. I actually have another Robert in Los Angeles in storage.
Storage.
And honestly, storage Robert. But honestly, I didn't know if I thought maybe I'd get my own room here. I was going to get a different Robert. I thought new show, new Robert. And it ended up being, it's such a joke because like I don't really love Robert. I mean, I love Robert, but it's not like I'm obsessed with him. It became like this big thing. My friend just got him for me because whole other story in Los Angeles. We had another one. It was just, anyway. Put him up for sale. He went to a really good home. He sold for a lot of money, and made a lot of money from BCEFA.
Yeah, I passed by it like at the flea market, and there was like a sign on it.
But then, like, my friend that gave me that Robert made me a tiny Robert for my dressing room, so he's like that big, and he sits in the corner. So now he can still do interviews, and I still say hi Robert and bye Robert every show. Yeah, it was very sad, but I think Robert's in a really good home.
Good.
Yeah.
Moved on.
And the girl at bottom sends me pictures on Twitter. She's like, Robert's here. Like, it's really funny. It's
That's
really great.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. Besides Dames at Sea, you also have a new solo show called Broad at the Birdland Jazz. We'll plug it November 30th and December 7th.
Yes.
Are there any secrets you can reveal about the show, and how will it be different from All Hail the Queen?
I mean, so All Hail the Queen was me. It was all personal stories, all about my life, and we have been doing that show for like 5 years and have been evolving. And we're still gonna do that show. It'll always be me. But I wanted to do a solo show that wasn't about me, the horror. I wanted to put the focus on some other women. And so when I was trying to decide, did I want to do, current women, whatever, I started finding all of these amazing old songs from the 20s and 30s, from like Mae West and Sophie Tucker, and even like Julie Garland from 40s and 50s, like all these tough broads. And the message that they were singing about, I just kind of fell in love with. So the show is not about me. It's kind of honoring these women and these, a lot of these songs are like dirty from the 20s and 30s. I could not believe it, and they're so funny. So I'm kind of just inhabiting that world and being more like the MC of here are these amazing songs, and it's going to be really fun. We're doing it almost like burlesque. So, my All Hail the Queen has all this multimedia and a puppet and all this. This show is very pared down, and the multimedia is not screens. It's maybe something else that you'll have to see. But I'm really excited. It's totally different. And also cool to have All Hail the Queen and this and be able to show totally different sides of me and other women, which is amazing. But always celebrating the girl power.
Of course. Now, a few final questions. Why do you think fans should come see Dames at Sea?
They will love.
Besides seeing you,
besides me, they will love it. It's like, I was just talking this morning. We were saying people don't think because it's so small, like, I don't know, and it's old fashioned. Yes, it's an old fashioned type of show, but it's so current. I can't explain it anymore. Like, you have to see it. It feels like a giant happy dance musical, but then after you leave, you're like, wait, that was 6 people that just did all that. It's really funny. I promise you will laugh for 2 hours, and you have a smile. Everyone that sees it says that they just leave and they're so happy. And I feel like people need that now. There's like amazing, like heavy shows that you can see, but this is just so much fun. And I laugh on stage, which is not always great, but like last night, I end up having the giggles. It's just really funny, and everybody's funny, so I can't stare at one cast member too long because then I'll start laughing. But it's really, really great. I think people will love the dancing, and it's it's quick, it's funny, and they're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
You will love it.
And lastly, anything to say to your fans?
You guys, I have the best fans, and I don't know how I lucked out. Like,
I know you're all over social media.
They call
themselves
sequins. The sequins. They're the best. I just feel like, especially because I loved social media going into all of this, and I just like interacting with people. But I just have the best fans. I think because I like being able to be real with people. I think that they appreciate like those of us who are on social media and answer their questions or.
Yeah.
But I love people come up to me on the street and I love it because you never think, I never thought anybody would watch the vlogs. I never thought anybody would even come to shows and be like, oh my gosh, I really like you. So it's amazing when I see somebody on the street and they're like, oh, I love you. I'm like, no, I love you. Because it's just it's the coolest, And I didn't have Twitter growing up, and so I probably would have done the exact same thing. It's like the best. So you guys rock. You rock, for sure. Amazing.
Well, thank you.
So fun.
Bye, guys.